Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance, and enjoy the show. Then, in just 2020 alone, Rainey Mesa also received just under $70,000 of additional dollars from the USDA's Livestock Indemnity Program because they claimed that the wolves had killed over 10% of their herd. And this is something that experts say is bullshit. They say it's highly unusual for a wolf to ever try to take down a full-size cow, let alone more than 10% of a herd. And keep in mind, this is just one of thousands of ranchers in this country who make these types of claims and receive this money on a regular basis every year, our tax dollars. So why is this allowed? Well, there's a man named Carter Niemeyer. Basically, he says that the USDA is working for the ranchers, not for us, not for the people who pay their salaries, not for the people who they're supposed to be protecting, but for the ranchers. This Niemeyer guy worked for more than 14 years as a wildlife services district supervisor in the state of Montana. And while he was there, he reviewed hundreds of these so-called depredation reports. And Niemeyer told The Intercept that the ranching lobbyists had, quote, tremendous influence over the USDA and, quote, we were the hired gun of the livestock industry. So we're not just paying these ranchers. Our tax dollars aren't just going into their pocket for their quote unquote losses, which are seemingly bullshit, but also we're paying for USDA employees, government employees, to go out there and murder these animals. And he also said that he and others were constantly pressured to change reports. They were pressured to make the ranchers happy so that the ranchers could claim losses due to wildlife. And he said that he ended up losing his job. So he also got pushed out, not to another department or another state, but he actually got fired because the ranchers kept complaining about him because he refused to go along with this bullshit. So Niemeyer confirmed what others had said about the cow attacks. He called it very unusual for a wolf pack to attack adult cows. Yet, according to The Intercept, if you look at all the claims that were submitted, they make up, these so-called wolf attacks, make up more than half of the reports in the New Mexico Wildlife Services database. And the filed reports contain so much BS, it's unreal. The Intercept wrote that, quote, pregnant cows were double counted. So they're counting cows that don't even exist yet. Or reports appeared in duplicate with no explanation. In one, a wolf kill was confirmed using only a month-old piece of hide, which was soaked and stretched before the inspector took its measurements. In another, 5 dead calves in varying states of decomposition were submitted at once. All 5 were recorded as confirmed kills. And they're saying like the teeth marks don't even match. There's nothing on their legs, no scratches, no bites on their legs. So New Mexico Democratic Senator Martin Heinrich sent a letter to the OIG's office citing, quote, serious accountability issues and a lack of scientific integrity. But so far, nothing has come of it. And sadly, he seems to be the lone voice among lawmakers. And to make matters worse, the owner of Rainey Mesa is now running for office. He's running to become the Catron County Commissioner. So now, he'll be somewhat in charge. He'll be in the government and able to potentially manipulate the system even more. This is how it goes, guys. Either they directly influence the government or they become the government. And then you have this revolving door, as I've mentioned before, of corruption. They go from being lobbyists to working in the industry to working in the government and back and forth and back and forth. And they make friends along the way. And you scratch my back, I scratch your back. And in the meantime, we're all paying for this corruption and we're paying for innocent animals to be slaughtered. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.